Hey everyone, this is Friedel Hakureja Raven. I'm here with my recap and review of Digimon Ghost Game Anime Season number 1, Episode number 5, titled Divine Anger. And the moment that the fandom has been waiting for, it finally happened. Kiyoshiro is now part of the main group, the main trio, and uh, I really enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed the dynamic between Kiyoshiro and Jellymon, and I'm looking forward to seeing if after their adventure in this specific episode, I think that their dynamic is going to change a bit. It's not going to be a drastic change, but I think that Jellymon respects Kiyoshiro more after what happened. And also there's a particular scene that occurred in the final second, which I want to talk about. But anyway, the episode opens up with these white snakes coming out of the earth. And now, correct me if I'm wrong. Apparently, white snakes are supposed to showcase good luck or usher in good luck or something, but apparently these white snakes are a bit different because as they're slithering down the road, electrical poles and things are being messed up, so maybe they aren't as lucky as people might think they are because of what's going to happen. But yeah, moving on, we cut to Kiyoshiro in his room, and yeah, Kiyoshiro is not having a good, yeah, he's not having a good day because yeah, the fan theory that it's Jellymon who has been tormenting him. I guess that has been proven because you can see that there are these items circling around in his room. We also see that Kiyoshiro has a whole lot of these monitors, which we'll get to in a bit. But yeah, the chair is down. Kiyoshiro is hiding under the blanket. But yeah, Jellymon has been having a lot of fun messing around with Kiyoshiro, especially because he's already very superstitious. He's also a coward, and I'm like, Jellymon, I get that you're playing games with Kiyoshiro, but yeah, these pranks are causing him severe emotional distress. So maybe stop. Because yeah, even though I enjoyed the Jellymon and Kyoshiro dynamic, and I really think that a kids show, like primarily this show is targeted at kids. Like a kids show shouldn't necessarily be showing Jellymon playing such pranks on Kyoshiro as something funny, because yeah, Kyoshiro is under emotional stress, and that's why I really think that their dynamic is going to change a bit moving forward. It's not going to be as severe as what was shown in this episode. That's our so I hope. So moving on, we see that Kyoshiro is trying to get beverages from a machine, and it's not working. And Kyoshiro is like, "Yep, no response over here, or no response from the other floor." So he's checking electronic devices, I think, in order to see if he's cursed or not. And Hiro notices him, and if you guys notice to the right, Gamamon is invisible, which made sense after what Hiro got to learn in the previous episode. So yeah, Kyoshiro is very defeated. He walks out. He doesn't even notice Hiro, and Hiro's like, "Yep, something's up with our dorm leader." So Kyoshiro nears his room. And yeah, Jellymon is having a whole lot of fun because as Kyoshiro is nearing his room, Jellymon ends up opening the door for him, and Kyoshiro is like, I know that I closed the door after me, but yeah, Jellymon is just causing him a whole lot of stress. So he walks in and he notices the vital bracelet just hovering in his room, and he's like, "Wait, isn't that the bracelet that Hiro wears?" So he recognizes that, and then as he's walking, a red droplets drop from the roof, and at first I was like, "Wait, is that blood?" I don't really think that it's actual blood. It could be paint, but yeah, it catches Kyoshiro's attention. He looks up, and on the ceiling, the words are "Wear it." So Jellymon wants Kyoshiro to wear the vital bracelet. And again, I'm not really sure if Jellymon stole the vital bracelet from Hiro's room, or maybe Hiro just gave the vital bracelet to Kyoshiro or put it outside his room. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I don't think that entire thing was explained. So yeah, Kyoshiro is like, okay, I'll wear it. So he wears the bracelet. Things change a bit. He's able to see Jellymon in her invisible form, and then Jellymon ends up adding in the card, And yeah, as you can see here, and this is where we get to see Jellymon's actual appearance, and Hiro enters Kyoshiro's room as well. And this is Jellymon, and at first I was like, wait, this doesn't look like the promotional design, and I really hope that this isn't the Jellymon that will be stuck with. At first I was like, wait, is this supposed to be the baby form? And the Jellymon used in the promo material is the rookie form, but now this is Jellymon. We get to see her entire form later on. And yeah, Hiro walks into the room and Kyoshiro is like, Hiro, you have to help me, this thing is attacking me and all of that stuff. He's just being paranoid. So we have this entire thing. Wait, I need to get back to the previous image. So yeah, we have this entire thing where it's explained that because the physical talismans that Kyoshiro was using, they weren't working. Kyoshiro was like, you know what, I have to think of something else. So he went digital. He ended up creating these digital talismans, and then he ended up spreading them across the area because he was like, you know what, if I can't really protect myself, it would be better if I end up making the entire area resistant to bad things, bad curses, and in turn that will help me as well. So we get to find out that Kyoshiro is a genius when it comes to electronic stuff, hacking and all of that digital stuff. And he was like, wait, so you ended up placing 1,000 talismans around the area without other people knowing? That's hacking. And Kyoshiro's like, you know what? I did what I had to do. I even added a talisman in your cell phone. So yeah, that's happening. And apparently the talisman ends up giving warnings to Kyoshiro, and Kyoshiro is like, you know what, I can't understand what's happening. I think that my program failed because we got the warning after Jellymon appeared. So yeah, the program isn't working as it's supposed to. And Jellymon is like, yeah, I wouldn't be so sure about that because she senses that something is outside. That yeah, it's a Digimon coming towards Kyoshiro, so the kids need to be ready. Moving on, we see that Ruli is studying. I like the fact that all three main characters are smart in their own way. So Ruli got done with maths, and she's about to open literature. And this is where Angoramon knocks on the window to get her attention. And yeah, Ruli ends up calling Hiro, and they're like, "Yeah, Hiro, we understand that something bad's going to happen, but you know what? We'll come to you guys. So hold tight." So we cut to Kyoshiro's room, and yeah, as you can see, Gabumon notices the writing on the ceiling, and he's like, "Yep, that's ketchup." And yeah, this is where we get an entire explanation about Kyoshiro and why Jellymon is even there. And yeah, this is I think this is where Jellymon ends up appearing because Hiro tells Kyoshiro about the concept of Digimon and what Digimon are. It's a quick crash course, and yeah, Jellymon appears in their full form, and I was like, yeah, this is the form that I remember from the promo material. And Gabumon is impressed by it. He's like, "Oh, you're very, very stretchy, huh?" And Kyoshiro is like, "Wait, so your name is Jellymon?" And Jellymon is like, "No, you need to add Sama at the end of it. I'm Jellymon Sama. You can't just call me Jellymon." And so yeah, this is where Jellymon ends up talking about Kyoshiro. That Kyoshiro apparently, yeah, he's a prodigy. He ended up going to the United States to study, and then he ended up getting his master's degree when he was 13. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that the episode specified what type of master's degree Kyoshiro got, the subject. But yeah, he got a master's degree, and then he ended up coming back to Japan because apparently he's into manga and anime, and he wanted to experience the Japanese high schooler life, so he just came back. Which I'm like, okay, Kyoshiro, you do you. And it turns out that the bandages that he's been wearing, Jellymon is like, you don't even have to wear the bandage on your hand. You got inspired by an anime property. And Kyoshiro is like, why are you all making fun of me? If you don't stop, I'll take off the bandage, and this bandage is a seal. I think he thinks that if he takes off the bandage, that then a big curse might end up spreading, which I'm like, Kyoshiro, you need to get over your superstitions. But yeah, I guess Kyoshiro taking off his bandage, that might end up playing a role further on in his character development. Who knows? And yeah, Kyoshiro is like, okay, Jellymon, so you explained to Hiro about me, about what I like and why I came back. However, I have a question. Why are you tormenting me? Why are you after me? And Jellymon is like, you know what? I haven't seen a human that's as cowardly as you, so that piqued my interest. And that's why Jellymon is like, yeah, that's why I just enjoy making fun of you, and you people say that you're a prodigy, but you don't come across as a prodigy to me. So again, the interaction, it's funny, but it's also a bit problematic. So it turns out that whatever Digimon is coming towards Kiyoshiro and the rest, and making everything go crazy, apparently it's targeting money. So people can't it's related to money because people can't seem to use their digital currency, and it's creating havoc, understandably, around the Kanto region. And yeah, this is where Angoramon is coming towards Hero and the rest. And at first I was like, wait, so Angoramon can fly, we know that. So shouldn't be Angoramon carrying Ruri in his arms? Maybe Ruri took public transport. Who knows? But then again, digital currency isn't working, so how was she able to get a ticket? But you know what? Questions. So as he's flying, he's also talking to heroes. So Angoramon notices this giant Digimon called Majiramon. Yeah, I think it's called Majiramon, right? Like, my bad if I'm getting the name wrong. Majiramon. So Majiramon is walking, and he has a direction in mind, and Agoramon is like, "Yup, it's a huge Digimon. You guys might be able to see it from the window, and we'll come to your location soon enough." And this is where it turns out that the hack or the virus that's disrupting everything, it's called money Yenome, which is basically money spelled backwards. And Jellymon is very impressed. He's like, you know what, Kiyoshiro, you ended up playing a role in this entire drama that's happening. And Kiyoshiro was like, wait, what do you mean? And it turns out that Jellymon ended up using the money part of Kiyoshiro's talisman in order to play around with all of the digital currency systems just for fun. And Kiyoshiro's like, why would you do that? Why did you do that? But yeah, before they can get to that, this is where, as they're talking to Angoramon, they look outside the window, and yeah, they end up seeing Majiramon do. And Hiro is quite impressed because Hiro is like, wait, I never realized that Digimon could be that huge. And I'm like, Hiro, you haven't seen nothing yet. So yeah, Majiramon is clearly walking towards Kiyoshiro. Why? Because White Snakes end up entering his room, but before that, we also get a shot where we get to see that Majinomon isn't alone. He has three other Digimon. I don't necessarily remember all of their names. I think there's Goatmon, there's Bitmon, who kind of looks like a rabbit, and then there's this Digimon, and they're leading Majinomon towards Kyoshiro's room because, again, White Snakes appeared, and apparently White Snakes are basically an omen of Majinomon coming towards its target, and Gamamon picks up a snake, and Gamamon is like, Hero, what are these? Yeah, these are snakes. And Hiro and Kyoshiro are on Kyoshiro's bed, and they're still talking to Agoramon because Agoramon is giving them the information about Majiramon, and how Majiramon is a Digimon who kind of presides over the flow of wealth and money, and anyone who wants to disrupt wealth and money, they'll end up experiencing the wrath of Majiramon. And apparently the wrath of Majiramon includes like his giant tail, and also 108 light arrows that are shot at the person that Majiramon wants to punish. And yeah, Kyoshiro doesn't want that. Anyway, while Angoramon is talking, we also get these little scenes where Gamamon picks up all of the snakes, and then Hiro makes Gamamon like throw all of the snakes away, out of the room. So yeah, Angoramon is talking about the light arrows 108, and Kyoshiro is very, very, very worried, understandably, because the giant Digimon is coming towards his room. And yeah, Jellymon is very chill. And yeah, again, as I mentioned before, this is where we get to know that it's all Jellymon's fault, because apparently Jellymon is very competitive. She looks at everything that as if it were a game, and she was like, you know what? In the human world, the game of money and currency, it piqued my interests. So I looked into it, and I really liked how money gives rise to greed. It's an entire game, and when I'm interested in a game, I have to be the best at it. I have to be the best at that game. And that's why I ended up messing around with the currency flow, and I wrecked havoc because I'm the best player there is. And Kyoshiro's like, wow. So yeah, Jellymon is like, you know what, Majiramon is coming towards your room. So Kiyoshiro, what are you gonna do? You can run away, right? And Kiyoshiro is like, yep. As a coward, I'm going to do that. I'm going to run away. But this is where Hiro is like, Kiyoshiro, you just can't run away. You are the dorm leader. You have to make a stand. You have to do something. And Ruli and Agoramon arrive, and now Agoramon has Ruli in his arms, and I'm like, okay, now he's able to pick her up. And this is where we get quick introductions where Ruli is like, oh, so you're Jellymon? And yeah, Jellymon is like, yeah, I'm Jellymon. Kiyoshiro introduces himself. So yeah, they're running out of time, so they're quick introductions. So apparently, what they have to do is Hero is like, Ruli, we need to go outside with a Digimon. We have to give Kiyoshiro, we have to buy time for Kiyoshiro so that he can sit down and start deleting all of the talismans, 1,000 talismans that he spread across the area. And Ruli is like, okay, you know what? Let's do that. So before they begin, Hero ends up teleporting everyone to the weird, mysterious space that exists between the human world and the Digimon world. Again, we need a name for this space, like an official name. So yeah, Kiyoshiro starts just trying to delete all of the talismans. Then he's running out of time. He's under stress, and Jellymon ends up ends up mentioning how painful the punishment will be by being hit by 108 light arrows. And Kiyoshiro's like, yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. And Jellymon is like, you know what? You don't have to look forward to it. You won't even feel a thing. You'll be dead. But yeah, and she's like, you can run away, right? You can just run away. And again, Kyoshiro's like, no, I am not going to run away. I'm going to make a stand over here. And that gets to Jellymon because I guess Jellymon has started to see Kyoshiro in a very different light. But after making a stand, Kyoshiro is also like, but I'm running out of options, Jellymon. You have to help. And Jellymon sama, and Jellymon is like, okay, I'll do that. So she sits down and she starts helping Kyoshiro to delete all of the talismans. And I'm like, you know what, I appreciate that. Like, I know that in Digimon Adventure there were very smart kids, especially like, but then again the kids were smart, but yeah, like Izumi or Koshiro, like he was smart, but I don't remember Tentamon being very smart. He would give certain advice or suggestions to Koshiro, but I don't think that Tentamon was actually smart like Jellymon is like smart. But yeah, so I appreciated seeing that even though the Digi Destined is smart, their Digimon is also smart, especially when comparing it to what happened in the OG series. So yeah, Jellymon sits down and Jellymon is like, you know what? If you have time to cry, you have time to start deleting the talismans. Still, get to it. Moving on, we see that Ruri and Hiro are like, you know what, we have to take care of these three Digimon, which again, Bitmon, if I remember the name correctly, and Goutmon, and we have to take care of these Digimon, and this is where Gamamon digivolves into Betel Gamamon, and the fight starts. It's yeah, the results are they're not good. So again, they're running out of time. They're running out of time, and Kyoshiro is like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And Jellymon is like, you have to do this. Stop yapping. So yeah, as I said, the fight isn't going well. Betel Gamamon ends up being constricted by this snake-like Digimon. Bitmon is like, hero, don't move, or I'll slice your head off. And Goatmon is using the bell in order to keep Ruli and Angoramon paralyzed. And this is where Hero realizes that, you know what, it's as if that these three Digimon don't want to fight. They just don't want us to do anything and get in the way. And yeah, Mujiramon ends up making its way to Kyoshiro's apartment. He breaks off the top of the building, and the impact throws Kyoshiro and Jellymon away from the computer. There's only one talisman left, which of course that always happens. That's a trope in storytelling. And Jellymon is like, Yoshiro, you can't give up now. You have to stand up. And Mujiramon is like, yup, face judgment. And the final talisman is actually above Kyoshiro's room. And yeah, Mujiramon ends up using 100 arrows, 108 arrows, and it's about to hit Kyoshiro, and Jellymon is like, Kyoshiro, get the heck up. And this is where Kyoshiro does get up, and I like that how that as Kyoshiro is getting up, he ends up basically pushing Jellymon off of her. That was kind of funny. And Kyoshiro is like, no, I'm Kyoshiro. I won't be giving up. limit break, and this is where he ends up realizing that he can use Jellymon's attack, which is BB gun, I guess, BB gun or something to that effect. So, uh, or BB Blaster, and Jellymon is like, "Yep, I'll use that." So this is one of Jellymon's attack, which where she uses her two tentacles to create this jelly-like gun. And at first, I was like, "Wait. I can get behind Digidestined and their partners being uh, giving each other power, and the destined Digimon being stronger than your normal Digimon, and getting a boost in speed and power and all of that stuff. However, Majiramon is an ultimate level Digimon. If Jellymon's BB gun is able to counter 108 light arrows, I'm going to rant. But yeah, it turns out that she doesn't aim for the Mujiramon's attack. She actually aims for the talisman that's left, and it breaks. And that's it. Mujiramon is like, okay, you broke the talisman, so my work is done. And I was like, you know what? It's a good thing that Mujiramon can actually cancel out his attack as he's also preparing it. What if he couldn't stop the attack? What then? So yeah. It was just weird. So this is where Jellymon is like, Kiyoshiro, you need to beg for forgiveness in front of Mujiramon. Say sorry. And Kiyoshiro's like, yep, I'm sorry. I take full responsibility. And I'm like, really? Do you really should be taking full responsibility? Because it's Jellymon who ended up messing up with your talisman to mess up with all of the flow of money in the area. But yeah, so Majiramon was like, okay, because you swore you won't do this again. My work is done. I have to go, and this is where Majiramon goes away. His three little other Digimon also go away, and yeah, again, Jellymon is impressed by Kyoshiro, I guess. And also, while we're talking about their interaction, the same with Ruli and Angoramon. I'm not really sure why these kids have been selected, because in the original anime we know that they're supposed to be digidestined who need to take part in the prophecy. However, it's as if in Digimon Ghost Game, Jellymon ended up finding Kyoshiro at random. Like, is there something more to this? Maybe, possibly, because Jellymon does say something at the end of the episode that makes me think that maybe she has a deeper connection with Kyoshiro. Who knows? So moving on, the episode basically ends with this is the final image. No, I guess I have the final image for yeah. Okay. So the episode is closing, and we see Jellymon and the rest in display player area, and Kyoshiro is like, "What the heck just happened? What did I just go through?" And Jellymon is like, "Oh, you saved your life because of me. I'm the one who saved your life. You should be thanking me," and all of that stuff. And again, after their adventures, I guess everything feels like a dream to them, because even Hiro is like, wait, you don't remember what just happened? But I guess it's going to take time for Kyoshiro to basically make sense of everything. And yeah, he isn't really feeling that heroic. Like, this little adventure really got to him. He's down, and Jellymon actually seems worried about him, because as I said, the episode ends with Jellymon looking over at Kyoshiro and saying, "My darling," and I was like, wait, did Jellymon just call Kyoshiro my darling? Turns out that she did, and Ruli hears that, and even she's confused. I'm confused. I'm not really sure what's happening here. What's happening here? Did Kyoshiro somehow create Jellymon? Who knows? Maybe. But yeah, this is where the episode ends. I will be doing a written review of this for the Geekery. The link to that will be down in the comment section below. I enjoyed this episode. As I said, I have been looking forward to watching this episode. And yeah, I really hope that the dynamic between Kyoshiro and Jellymon like changes a bit, because I do think that constantly keeping someone else under emotional distress because of your pranks, and like basically excusing them as comedy, like, maybe don't do that. But let's see what happens. Let me know what you thought of Digimon Ghost Game Season 1, Episode number 5, Divine Anger, down in the comment section below. What do you think Jellymon meant when she called Kiyoshiro my darling. Like I'm trying to think of certain like an explanation, but again, the only explanation that I'm coming to is the fact that Kiyoshiro might have created Jellymon way back when he was way younger. Maybe I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure because I highly doubt that. Maybe it has something to do. Like I was like, wait, is Jellymon supposed to be Kyoshiro's mom, who disappeared in the digital world, and now she's back here as Jellymon? Who knows? Yeah, again, I'm confused. But yeah, let me know your theories down in the comment section below. And until next time, stay happy, stay safe, stay blessed. See you guys later. Bye.